Hey, how's the market? Oh yeah, how's the market? It is by far the most common question I am asked as a real estate agent. And right now, there is not an easy answer to that question. So let's dive into it. Hi, Emily Farber, your favorite Iowa YouTubing realtor. I create video content all about real estate and Iowa. So if that's your thing, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Real estate in general has been kind of a bumpy ride this year with inflation, interest rates, buyers who have just been beat down by several years of insane price appreciation, and all of the drama surrounding changes in how we practice real estate here in the United States. It's been rough. Go check on your friendly local realtors. They're probably in need of a hug, a free cup of coffee, and a solid referral of someone who wants to buy or sell a home. But I know what you're gonna say. What's their problem? Didn't the Fed just drop the rates? Yes, they did. The Fed dropped the central bank lending rate for the first time in over 4 years by 0.5% back in mid-September. However, mortgage rates had already preemptively reacted to that cut, and they fell to their lowest level in more than 2 years. So when the Fed rate cut actually happened, the results for mortgage rates was kind of anticlimactic. I think a lot of people, real estate agents, sellers looking to get their house sold, mortgage lenders, of course buyers, they were all thinking that this would just unlock the door for all of the buyers who have been wanting to home shop but felt like they couldn't. However, it didn't really do that. There hasn't been a surge of buyer activity, at least not here in the greater Iowa City area. It's always interesting to get a national view and then narrow it down for a local view. So let's take a look here at Zillow's heat mark index that gauges if we are in a seller's market, a buyer's market, or a neutral market. As a reminder, a seller's market means the dynamics favor sellers. A buyer's market means that the market gives buyers the upper hand, and a neutral market means that there is really no clear advantage for either buyers or sellers. As you can see, we've got this red hot peak that happened during the pandemic buying era craze from 2020 midway through 2022. Then buyer activity has been gradually cooling down. Now we are officially in a neutral market on the national level. There are some areas that have swung deep into a buyer's market, especially in Florida, yet there are some areas that are still a pretty strong seller's market, notably on the East Coast and the Mid-Atlantic. There's also a few Midwestern hubs that are holding strong for sellers, like Minneapolis, Madison, and St. Louis. But look here at all the neutral markets popping up. The two areas in Iowa that are actually large enough to land in Zillow's metrics, Des Moines and the Council Bluffs area as part of the Omaha Metro, are both neutral markets. Now let's narrow our focus in on Iowa and take a look at the most recent housing data on the state as provided by Zillow. There's some really fascinating stuff in here. The average home price in Iowa statewide as of August 2024 is coming in at $222,000, which means we saw statewide a hair over 3% appreciation from last year. The yellow bars here show the number of listings in Iowa, and the gray shading on them shows where those levels were averaging pre-pandemic. And this card here is really sobering. It tracks the share of a household's monthly income being spent on housing. The dotted line marks when the pandemic started. And as you can see, that's when real estate prices really skyrocketed and housing affordability became front and center for the average American. If we compare this same data set from the national numbers, we can see that while home prices and affordability in Iowa are definitely a concern, here in Iowa, we are still in a better position than many people on a national level. Dialing in even more, here are the numbers specific to the greater Iowa City Metro as of August 2024. Our median sales price across the board was $322,200, but if I exclude condos, that number then jumps up to $403,750. The number of closed sales is down, which is unsurprising considering later summer is typically a slow time of year. Days on market is rising and now up to 44 days on market. Don't forget my side note about days on market though. For most other data, this metric of days on market means when they accepted an offer. But for us, here, that number means once all contingencies such as inspections and financing have been released. It takes about 30 days to do that most of the time. So in all actuality, what 44 days on market is telling us is that it actually took about 2 weeks or 14 days on average for that home to go under contract. Local inventory is rising, both new listings and active inventory. Another thing I like to look at is the month's supply of inventory. It's the number of months that it would take for everything to be sold if no new homes entered the market. It's the speed at which homes are being absorbed or bought by buyers. You'll also hear it called the absorption rate. As a general rule of thumb, 3 months or less is a strong seller's market. 3 to 6 months is a neutral market, and 6 or more months is a buyer's market. Locally, our month's supply of inventory is at 3.5, which puts us in the neutral market range, just like what we're seeing on both a state and national level. Interestingly, if you're a seller looking at selling a condo, the month's supply of inventory is 5, which is neutral inching towards buyer's market. So be really realistic about pricing your condo so that you don't shoot over the ends of your skis, because buyers are not going to play, and you will likely end up rethinking your choices as you try to get that condo sold. In terms of specific numbers in the greater Iowa City area, here's where things stand so far into the fourth quarter of 2024. The median sold price for single-family homes in the Iowa City metro is $381,995. The median sold price for 0 lots is $309,900, and the median sold price for condos is $240,950. Now, maybe it's just a matter of perspective, and all of our expectations have been warped from living through the real estate rocket ship that was the pandemic era, but the current market feels so much slower than just a neutral market. And that's the same sentiment that I'm getting from other agents that I talk to. Buyers that we had all hoped would come out of hiding this fall, they haven't dug their way out from whatever rocks they're hiding under. Listing a home for sale typically goes one of 2 ways. A few of those listings will immediately be snapped up, but many listings they're just going to be a struggle bus ride, which is frustrating, especially when you know that they are the type of property that would have been a hot ticket at any other given point in time. All in all, it's not looking like we're going to see a big bump in buyer activity this fall, even with the interest rates that are starting to come down. Buyers have just been pushed to their limits with home prices and interest rates. It seems that many buyers are continuing to take a wait-and-see approach with the political instability of the approaching presidential election, as well as holding on to hope that interest rates may fall further. With inventory starting to creep up, I predict that we will remain in a neutral, softening market. Many buyers are simply not in a hurry or compelled to make buying decisions right now, and the fact of the matter is they probably won't be until next spring happens. If you're a buyer or a seller out there right now navigating the real estate market, I would love to hear about your experiences and your observations. Leave us a comment down there in the comments section. Hey, it's been fun, and I'll catch you later.